welcome to Friday 5-Minute Book Chat with Hildy McQueen. Woohoo! So, my little dogs are here in the room, so if you hear grunting, bells jingling, the sound of paws, try to ignore it. I can't get rid of them. Today we're going to chit-chat about Jaded, Luke, the first book in the Laurel Creek series by me. The cover model's name is Luke Barr, and he is a friend of mine. He's a truck driver, and I talked him into posing for the book cover, and I think it turned out great. He's also on a couple of other of my book covers, and hopefully when those books come out, you guys will recognize him. So let's talk about the story. This story takes place in Laurel Creek, Montana for the most part. It starts off with Luke being a guy that's returned back from several trips to Afghanistan and Iraq, and he got PTSD. He loses his marriage because of it. He ends up kind of in a place where he's just kind of going job to job. The story opens up with him in a fight with this guy that was trying to take advantage of a prostitute, and almost to the point that he totally loses it and almost kills the guy. So a detective friend of his talks him into going back home to Montana, and hopefully that will set him straight and back on the road to recovery. So he goes back to Laurel Creek, and that's where the most of the story takes place. I will warn you that there are some raw scenes, some very emotional scenes, and there is explicit sex in this book. So those of you that read my historicals know that I kind of keep them a little bit more on the neat and clean side. This book is not that. So let me read you guys the blurb from the back to give you an idea what the story is about. Haunted by PTSD and a failed marriage, Luke Hamilton returns home to Laurel, Montana. Going home isn't an easy fix, but it beats ending up in prison or dead. At first, the familiar surroundings and open land seem to set things right, but soon the old demons rear their ugly heads, and he realizes it's the wrong time to enter any relationship. Leah Morgan's experience in the corporate world has prepared her to prosper her father's ranch in Montana. She knows everyone expects her to fail, but nothing will stop her from turning the ranch around and selling it to the highest bidder, especially not a rancher. The quicker she closes a deal, the sooner she can get out of Laurel and move on with her career. When Luke and Leah cross paths, they both discover that starting over can be a complicated business. Now, what is fun to me about this book, besides the story itself, is that Luke and Leah are older hero and heroines. They're both in their 40s. Luke is 45 and Leah is also in her 40s. And so with that, I can bring in a little bit more experience. I can relate better to these characters, so it was easier for me to write them. I was involved in the war effort when the Enduring Freedom first started, so I got to know some of the guys, including my husband, who went there and came back, and I feel a little bit qualified. Of course, I did not walk in their shoes, but I feel a little bit qualified to write a hero such as him who has been through all this, and some of the baggage they bring back, and the fact that the war still comes back with them. I did have fun with the characters of this town, introducing you to his cousin Taylor, who lives in there at the ranch house with Luke, and Taylor is an ex-detective, and he will have his own book. And then his identical twin Tobias, because of course I had to use Luke a couple times on the covers. His identical twin Tobias, who is also has some things of his own to deal with. He is also ex-military, and you will get to know him in the third book. So I'm super excited about this series, and give Jaded Luke a try. Let me know what you think. I am so curious to know if you enjoyed this book, if you felt like you could relate at all to these characters, if you enjoyed the sexy side, or, anything like that. I'm pretty open to hearing some information about what you guys think. I just have to say that this book is, this hero is one of my favorite heroes. I, of course, fall in love with every single hero that I write, but there's something about Luke that just made me just kind of come out and write a little bit more descriptive, emotional side of this character. Now, when you get to the second book, you are going to kind of hate me a little bit because I've kind of put Taylor through some stuff, but I think that overall you guys will love these characters, you will love this town, you will love the storyline, and hopefully you will fall in love with the heroes and heroines. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Friday. Bye.